The political battle between President Biden and Donald Trump over immigration policy will be on full display today at the southern border. The two frontrunners in the race for the White House will hold dueling events along the Rio Grande. Ed O'Keefe is in Brownsville, Texas, where President Biden is expected today. Ed, good morning.
Anne-Marie, good morning. This is President Biden's second visit to a border town since taking office. He's expected to spend part of his visit blaming Republicans for holding up a bipartisan solution designed to stem illegal crossings at the U.S.-Mexico border, while former President Trump, in his visit about 300-plus miles away, is just going to point the finger right back at Biden.
Under Biden, we now have the worst border in the history of the world.
The only reason the border is not secure is Donald Trump and his MAGA Republican friends.
There have been a record 2.4 million migrants apprehended at the border in just the past fiscal year. The president and congressional Republicans are blamed about equally for failing to come up with a solution. So as he continues pushing Republicans to act, the president is coming to Brownsville, where illegal border crossings are now down, says Chris Cabrera, who leads the local Border Patrol union.
I'm glad he's finally here, but I think the timing's a little off. I mean, if he would have come a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I think it would have been a good thing to see that, hey, I have a problem area.
Recent attempts to pass a bipartisan deal were blocked by Republicans at the urging of former President Donald Trump.
I think we killed it. I think it's dead.
Today, he'll be about 325 miles to the west of the president in Eagle Pass, the center of a standoff between the Republican Governor Greg Abbott and federal officials over how to police the border.
It's overkill to me.
Adam Rodriguez owns a business near the park and has lived in Eagle Pass for 30 years.
We're known around town and through other small towns in the area as illegal pass.
But Rodriguez says that's unfair.
We've raised our kids here, you know, and there's never been any criminal element. You don't have to worry about walking down the street.
A key reason both presidential contenders are in this region today, of course, is because voters continue to tell us illegal immigration and border security are now one of their top concerns. And remember, House Republicans are holding up a potential spending deal that might lead to a government shutdown in the coming days, holding up aid to Ukraine and Israel over this issue. So it remains, Anne-Marie, a central campaign concern throughout the rest of this year.
So, Ed, everyone agrees there's a crisis at the border, so Biden and Trump alike, but they differ in how they think it should be solved. What's the difference?
Oh, how much time do we have, Anne-Marie? I mean, obviously, President Biden has been pushing Congress to provide more funding for Border Patrol agents, for equipment and whatnot that would be used in this area, has been calling for tweaks to asylum laws and to the number of immigrants that are allowed in. President Trump, of course, when he was in office, had his Remain in Mexico policy, the idea that asylum seekers would have to stay over there before coming here to the United States. And now, of course, President Biden at least is toying with the idea of some kind of executive order that might, in fact, end up reinstating some Trump-era policies, realizing that the record number of illegal crossings in the past year now may just be too much for these communities and for, frankly, the country to handle without bigger changes enacted by Congress.
So, speaking of the community, how are locals responding to news of President Biden's visit in Brownsville?
Well, I think as you saw in our piece, there's a sense of thanks for coming, but you're a little late to be at least in this specific location. 325 miles away where President Trump will be is a flashpoint in an ongoing political argument between the Republican Governor Greg Abbott and federal officials over how best to police that border crossing. But the reality is most illegal crossings now are happening out west in Arizona and California increasingly because of the steps that have been taken by state and federal officials in this state. It moves around. This has happened before where it used to be out west and it came back to Texas. Now it's heading west again. So it's impossible to really, somehow summarize what happens across a 2,000-mile span in one day and in one visit. It's a little different everywhere. Here, at least, they don't mind the presidential attention, but they say, if you're going to do it, back it up with legislation and other things, too.
All right, Ed, thank you.